National Bike Week is kicking off today, but did you know that this year also marks the 25th anniversary of the first push bike couriers in Ireland, some 40 years after bicycle couriers began in the United States? We sent Liam Gerraghty off on his bike to find out more.
Well, when you're given a tight deadline and you picked up and say you have a half an hour to drop it, you really have to put the foot down, basically, especially in rush hour traffic going down the quays. You get people on mopeds chasing you and they just can't catch you, and people in cars, they stuck in traffic and you're just cruising by them.
Brian Cassidy has been a push bike courier for almost 12 years. He's part of an entire army of couriers who whiz, glide and zip around Dublin city, keeping businesses moving. He loves cycling so much that he even has a tattoo of a bicycle chain on his arm.
I got the chain on my elbow when I was about 8 or 9 years on the road, just to commemorate my years on the road and my love of cycling and my love of bikes.
Brian works with Cyclone Couriers, the first push bike couriers to be established in Ireland in 1988. Keith McCrory is their sales and marketing manager.
When they realised that traffic congestion was becoming more and more of an issue in the city centre, and they had been working as couriers themselves, so they decided that they should maybe think about setting up a push bike fleet in Dublin. And a lot of the times there's people that we still talk to now, customers that are with us from the very beginning, and they still laugh and say, oh, when Stephen O'Connell knocked on the door and he said he was opening a courier company on a push bike, we thought he was nuts. And 25 years later, all the other courier companies are doing the same. Just going through the building here, we'll show you the busy operations room here, where we have all the...
Keith says that first thing in the morning, things are chaotic.
All the couriers come up and down through the stairs here where they can talk to all the different dispatchers, and then they're coming and going all day long as well. So it can, if you can imagine, if they're all starting to come in at the same time, but they're a good bunch, and everyone seems to get on in here. It's like one big happy family most of the time.
Another courier, Chris Krobnicki from Poland, says the job offers freedom.
Be on the bike, be on your own, just relax, be outside. You know, there's always good weather and bad weather, but at least you have some daylight. So that's, for me, that's important. I can't just be inside. I can't deal, I wouldn't be able to walk in the shop. I can't really deal with people all day long. So being outside and be on my own is gonna fit me anyway.
Most of the couriers we spoke to say cycling through busy traffic is a bit like taking part in an extreme sport, and falls are very common.
Going down Merrion Square and a guy pulled into a car parking space on top of me and I went over the bonnet and he blamed me for going too fast. All couriers, they might look like they're being dangerous and one or two bad eggs might be, but at the end of the day, if you get injured, you don't earn any money and you're out of work. If one of us gets injured, we throw a few quid together and try and help each other out as best we can. Bike parts, anything, you know, we just try and stick together and help each other out, you know.
And when you're delivering so many packages a day, there's bound to be a few slightly odd requests.
I had a cheese wheel one day.
How did you manage on the bike with the cheese wheel?
It was okay. I couldn't get the smell out of my bag for about 3 days afterwards, so that was the only problem.
A few weeks ago, we did have to pick up a box of live locusts and deliver them to an adult store, which, as you can imagine, got a few laughs in the base room, and there was a lot of ants in your pants jokes.
And that was Liam Gerraghty reporting there. Well, that's all we have time for this week. Before we go, the Wallace brothers, who we heard from earlier, asked us to mention their Rugby Legends Malin to Missing charity cycle, which is taking place in September in aid of cancer research. And you can find out all about that on their webpage, which is crossrugbylegends.com. You can listen back or download a podcast of this programme or any of our previous programmes by going to our webpage, rte.ie/the business. Richard Curran will be filling in for me next week. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.